David, would it be all right if I visited with your mother? Should I take that as a yes?
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse, but there's nothing in it. And you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my
What other word would we need to use? Prior to.
Two for the next one. Precious
David, settle down. David, please sit down and stop licking the light switch. David. David, you're up and down like a flea. I turned my back for 2 seconds and you've got your tongue pressed up against that light switch. Maybe they do that where you come from, but where we come from, we stay in our seats and we don't get up and lick whatever we please. That is Miss Chestnut's light switch and she likes to keep it dry. Would you like me to come over to your house and put my tongue on your light switches? Well, would you?
Take me off. Tell me against your forehead. Do it now, quick. No one will notice.
Well, I'm asking you a question. Would you or would you not want me to go around your house licking all the light switches? You're going to hit yourself over the head with that shoe, aren't you? Heel marks all over your forehead. You should take a look in the mirror sometimes. Shoes are dirty things. We wear them on our feet to protect us against the soil. It's not healthy to hit ourselves over the head with our shoes, is it?
I guess not.
Guess? This is not a game to be guessed at. I don't guess that it's dangerous to run in traffic with a paper sack over my head. There's no guesswork involved. These things are facts, not riddles. David, I'd like to have a word with your mother. You do have one, don't you? You weren't raised by animals, were you? Is she blind, your mother? Can your mom see the way you behave? Or do you reserve these antics exclusively for Miss Chestnut? Here. You may go now. And on your way out the door, I would like to ask you, please, do not bathe my light switch with your germ-ridden tongue. It's had a long day. We both have.
It was a short distance from our school to the rented house, with no more than 637 steps. And on a good day, I could make the trip in less than an hour, pausing every few feet to tongue a meter, or whichever leaf or blade of grass demanded my attention. $123, $122, $127. Which was I on?
Yes.
If I were to lose count of my steps, I'd have to return to school and begin again.
Back so soon? You just can't get enough of this place, can you?
He had it all wrong. I wanted to be at home more than anything. It was getting there that was the problem. I might touch the telephone pole at stack 314, and then, 15 paces later, worried that I hadn't touched it in exactly the right spot. It needed to be touched again. It wasn't that I enjoyed pressing my nose against the scalding hood of a parked car. Pleasure had nothing to do with it. A person had to do these things because nothing was worse than the anguish of not being there. Bypassing that trash can, and my brain would never for one moment let me forget it.
David, pass the trash can at step number 252.
Huh?
The butter at the end of the table. Pass it, please.
I have to use the restroom. I knew exactly what I had to do. I'd walk out of the front door and return to that trash can. Not just touching it, but jabbing, practically pounding on the thing, because I thought I hated it so much. What I really hated, of course, was my mind. There must have been an off switch somewhere, but I was hopeless as to find it. Arriving at the front stoop of the house meant that I had completed the first leg of that bitter-tasting journey to my bedroom.
Why don't you try the knob? That's what the rest of us do. It seems to work for us.
Inside the house, there were switches and door steps to be acknowledged. My bedroom was right there off the hallway. But first, I had business to tend to. First, the steps. Then the kitchen. Onto the living room. And my favorite was the butter knife. There were bulbs to lick and bathroom faucets to test before finally I was free to enter my bedroom and lie upon my bed, rocking back and forth.
Have you been leaving your seat to lick the light switch?
Once or twice.
Once or twice what? Every 10 minutes? Every half hour?
I don't know. Who's counting?
Well, your math teacher, for one, that's her job, to count. What do you think? She's not going to notice?
Notice what?
What do you mean, notice what? I got a phone call just this afternoon from the lady up the street, Mrs. Keening. You know, the one with the twins. She says she caught you in her front yard, down on your hands and knees, kissing the evening edition of her newspaper.
I wasn't kissing it. I was just trying to read the headline.
And you had to get that close? Maybe we just need to get you some glasses.
Maybe we do.
And I suppose this Miss Chestnut is mistaken too? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Maybe she has you confused with the other boy who leaves his seat to lick his pencil sharpener or checks the flag or whatever it is you do the moment her back is turned?
It's very likely. She's old and there's spots on her hands.
How many?
My nervous habits faded about the same time I took up cigarettes. Maybe it was coincidental, or perhaps the tics retreated in the face of fear. Despite its health risk, this was much more socially acceptable.